Testing. Huh. Well, that's weird. Testing. What in the world? Oh. Okay, fine. There you go. Yeah, I can't hear. That's so weird. Is Discord having issues? Cause I can't even hear. Yeah. Testing. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we are. I was like, wait, I thought Discord was muted or something.
Oh, I just had to re-switch everything back to reverse of what it normally is.
Oh, okay.
Like all the
Cause
inputs and outputs.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I see. Cause sometimes Discord lags. So like, it could be my computer that's lagging, or because sometimes when I join a like one of my friends' Discord servers, they said, "Hey, we can't hear you." No, I tested my mic out. Yeah, everything is good. Like, oh no, I think you were just lagging. Oh, well, okay, maybe just reset the app.
Yeah, I hate that I have that same thing at work because like I always have to test call myself, like my cell phone every time before I can call anyone because it just doesn't work.
Oh wow. Ah, so there's always a pro and con to everything, I guess. Right on, right on. Yeah. Oh, what time does your class start tomorrow?
Um, Thursdays is actually the group therapy thing I do in the morning, so that's like 9 o'clock, and then when I go to class on like Wednesdays and Fridays, it starts at 9:30, but I just take the bus to campus, so I usually leave my house at like 8.
Oh, okay. So you can still probably chill for another hour.
I always say I'm gonna go to bed early whenever I have like classes and stuff, but then I still end up like I don't know, falling asleep not until like 2 o'clock or something.
uh, yeah. At least I don't what do you call it? Oh my god, what's that definition? What's that terminology? There's a brain fart, whatever. um, um, it's like you're doing something last minute.
Procrastinate?
Yes, there you go. Procrastinate. Cause remember,
Yeah.
like in high school, I sometimes, not all the time, would procrastinate, cause I was taking AP like government. I hated that class so bad. I freaking hate politics. I think that was the only AP class I failed in. Cause do you remember like, or have you taken AP before?
I took AP Gov, I took AP Stats, and then I think I took one more, but I don't remember what it was.
AP biology.
I don't think my school had AP Biology. I think they had AP Chem, but I didn't take that.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, that was a nightmare. Oh my god. I was like, if you fail this class, you probably can't graduate. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna drop out after. So I dropped that government class out. I can't stand it because like every day, right? The teacher would say, "Hey, hopefully you guys read your material last night, because now it's time to play around the world."
I haven't played that in, like, since elementary school. We used to play that with like the math flashcards when I was in like third grade.
That was a nightmare.
I
Ooh.
think mine was like super easy, but like it was like super easy to where like we basically get like a study guide, and literally the study guide ended up being exactly what was on the test. And so like the class was super easy, but then when we had to take the actual AP exam, no one was actually prepared. So I think we like all failed it.
Wow. Oh man.
I think there's a couple people that just straight up did not take it because they're like, I'm gonna fail anyway, so I'm just not gonna pay for it.
AP. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. 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 Nope.
I did that with the AP Stats class because I know I wasn't gonna pass that.
It's like, have you just realized that those AP courses technically weren't worth it at all, unless you were trying to major in that particular field?
Yeah, because when I got high school, they were like, "Oh, you should take AP classes because it'll help you get into college and look so good and everything like that." And
Yeah.
then I
No.
take them, and then you fail the exam, and it's pointless.
Yes. Exactly. It's like, am I gonna be a chemistry major in the future? No. No. Or is it just I'm just doing this to suffer and test my IQ abilities and stuff. It's great, learning is a good thing, right? But here we
Hmm.
are, in the whole reality of it. What good will it give? I mean, my friend, because he liked doing that stuff, um, so he aced everything, whatever. He's that type of geek, and he got into PLU,
Mm.
and that was the only reason. And he actually majored and got a job as a chemical engineer in Seattle. So I guess that worked out for him. But for the
Yeah.
others, really, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, well, definitely, because like I think the other one that I took was AP US History, and I took that in like 10th grade, and that had, but I think that was by far like my least favorite one because it was so much work, and like I had to play like sports in high school and stuff like that, and so like I was always so tired, and just doing AP History just had so much because we had to do like the Cornell notes thing every day,
Oh
and
yeah,
I just could not take
yeah.
that.
Oh man, AP government. Yeah, AP government half of the year. That's when I started to drop out. 12 notebooks worth of notes. 12. It's still sitting there in my bookshelf.
I don't know why, but they just made AP Go super easy in my school, but AP US History was just insanely hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. History. It's like well, history is good if you decide on playing strategy games. And my one of my friends here, um he loves strategy games like Age of Empires. uh,
Oh, like Civ 6, all that kind of stuff.
yeah, Civ 6. He loves that stuff. So yeah, I think he wants to be a history major. So sure, why not? But he dropped out of high school, so he couldn't see all of that back then.
I think my manager was actually back at Home Depot, like one of the super new managers was probably actually only one of the cool ones because he was like a nerdy person. He was a history major too, and all he
Oh.
did was like play Civ 6 and all that in his free time.
Right there in 72nd.
Yeah.
uh, uh, oh man. Oh, but isn't it scary just working there at nights?
Oh, we're at Home Depot?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's a lot less scary if you don't care. Like there's like a lot of old people that try to be like the vigilantes and like stop all the thieves and everything like that. But honestly, I just kind of ignored them and just like let them take whatever they want and leave.
Like, oh yeah, there you go. Whatever. You can have that.
I just didn't like when they stole from my department because if they got caught, we had to put it all
Wow. Wow, they yeah, cuz it's public, right? Yeah, that makes sense. If you're in military installation, I think yeah, you'll get caught, you'll get fined, probably imprisonment as well for maybe like certain amount of days.
back.
But
My store they just like they don't come back.
uh and they still come back. Some of them, right?
I mean, some of them were crazy. Like there was like some people who would be like, "I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot" or something like that. And then I
Yeah,
think like
right.
this, because we just had like security guards and stuff like that. Like usually they never called the police, and so like security guards would get like guns pulled out of them and stuff like that. Like I would never risk my life like that just for some Home Depot material.
Yeah, nothing, nothing can beat Unbearable. And Home Depot, unless Lowe's. What do you think about Lowe's?
I think the good part about Lowe's is they close way earlier in the day than Home Depot does. Home Depot is like they would close at like 9, 10 o'clock, and so Lowe's didn't
Yeah.
have like as big of a problem because they're closing like 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah. 7, 8. So about 3 hours early. That's nice.
Depot also doesn't give you holidays off. Like, I think the only holidays they give off in the entire year is Christmas and Thanksgiving. And it's a specific day, like day before you don't even get off.
Mm. I heard that a lot of people, or I mean, a lot of students favored working at Costco because they give holiday time off. Actually, they close down, right? Like during holiday season.
Yeah, I think they do. And Costco also just pays a lot better, and I think they give you like time and a half if you work Sundays.
There you go. Yeah, and that's why a lot of students like working over there.
It's just like insanely hard, I guess, to work at Costco, just because I think they only hire you like if someone in the company knows you, basically. Like, it's super hard to get hired there. I guess.
Oh, that's not good. So, if you know someone who's closely related to you, blah blah blah, hey, yeah, you need a job. There you go. So I guess like vacancies fill up really quick.
I guess Home Depot used to be like that. Like, I heard like it used to be like super picky about hiring, and then they just started hiring like literally everyone.
It's like, yeah, we need more people now.
I think it's because people realized, just started quitting so often that they just started hiring everyone. Because when I quit, like, nobody was applying, so they were so understaffed, so they couldn't even hire if they wanted to.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Oh.
Like, people would quit literally for any other job.
Yeah. Because, well, hopefully they get better jobs afterwards, or maybe it would be the same level tier, as long as I guess just for the better they get treated better.
Because, like, I know a lot of people went to Target, because Target pays, like, started paying people way more, and it's a lot better job than having
Target?
to work in, like, the construction retail area.
Target, really?
I think just what makes Home Depot so bad is, like, it's a contractor store, so, like, nobody wants to wake up at, like, 5 in the morning and have to, like, load lumber into people's cars and stuff like that.
Oh, really? Contracting jobs?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. No. I remember. Yeah. The good thing about contracts are that they pay more, but you're only there for like a short amount of time. So contract jobs are usually between like 3 months to 1 year, and then that's it. You gotta find a new job.
Yeah, we'd always have like temp hires, but I don't think they call them seasonal hires, but I don't think they ever like kept them on full time. Like, they would just kind of like leave them on as if like if you do hard work, we'll keep you, but they never ended up like keeping them on after Christmas or whatever.
Oh yeah, I think over here in JBLM it's called intermittent. Oh no, I because that's where I started working when I first started college. Yeah, back in 2015, and I was placed in as intermittent. So I've been getting like 36 to 40 hours a week, probably even more, because I used to work at in Madigan, the hospital, outside, and it was so brutal. I would be waking up like 4 in the mornings to open, and man, the manager on duty would be so lazy. She doesn't want to do work, so I would hop over, run 2 registers, and that's why a lot of those customers recognize me as the Asian ninja. The Asian ninja of the whole JBLM Western region.
It honestly sounds like when I worked at Home Depot. Like, we just have to, like, because we opened, like, in my department, some departments have to come in earlier than others, like, prepare the store or whatever. Like, if you had machines and stuff. So we had to come in, like, 5 o'clock, so we'd have to wait till, like, 4 in the morning to get ready and stuff. And then Like my supervisor was super lazy. It was like there was a supervisor who would do
Oh.
absolutely no work or anything and take all the
Oh.
credit.
Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, that trademark I had was that red headband, and I still have it. So that's the red Nike headband. Bam, bam. You know. So what the lazy manager would do is open her register up. So it'd be like on register 2, and she would open up number 1. So she would go back to her office and just sit there while, man, the
Mm-hmm.
weekends was so brutal, cause every other week would be what do you call it, military training, whatever. Um, that's where the recruits and all that come in for lunch. I mean for breakfast, whatever. Because of what do you call it? They have their morning. What would you say? Like boot camp, something like that. Yeah. So they would come in, and man, it would get, that whole place would get packed to the brim, and I would be the only one managing 2 of the registers, both registers, and like during the day, when we have shipments come in, I would stock, and then I would also deliver too. So I would drive the company's van to one place to another place, from one to the other, and that, wow, I regret. I mean, it's nice. It's physically and mentally challenging, but at the same time, it's abusive. for that, for that, I should be getting paid like $40 an hour.
Yeah.
Or I could sell,
Think that-
yeah, probably like 30, 35. That would be more reasonable. But for that, man, I'm doing a management job. Yeah, I was doing a manager's position. A manager should be doing that, because also I would also do bank runs, right? So I would grab money for the store. So I would get like money bags worth of like maybe like $3,000 to $5,000 worth of change, right? And they trust me because I was a business management major. And yeah, because I took accounting there. Um, have you taken any accounting classes there?
Not at UW. I took accounting classes when I was at Pierce though.
Oh, okay. So if you know Len Henry or something like that there at UW, I'm not sure if she's. I'm not no him. I'm not sure if he's still there. But I remember the professor we regretted taking was management accounting. That I can't remember his name, but he's Indian. we 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 hardly understood him. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, like I have professors who have like accents, but it's never been like so bad that we can't understand it. Like I have one who's from Turkey and then the other one's from Germany, so like obviously they have
Yeah.
accents. I think the only hard part is that since they come from other countries, like they know like people like professional people from other countries. So like we had someone who we did like a Zoom call with someone from France last week.
Oh
And
yeah.
honestly, it was just so hard to understand anything because the accent was too strong.
Omelette du fromage. No, oui, oui. No. How about I remember taking microeconomics. That was terrible. There at UW. Oh man, that professor was so bad. Um, ha- After like 1 month, half of the class left.
Who was it?
I stayed. He's that guy from Kenya.
Oh,
I,
I think both of the economics teachers I've had are all white.
oh, lucky you, I guess. But yeah, man, this happened like back in 2017. Yeah, 2016, 2017 when I took microeconomics. Yeah. Um, and then this one guy also I took for quantitative analysis in business. Oh, business. Was it 201? I think. Because for the midterm, right? He he made that midterm, so it involved calculus, right? And I remember in high school I never had to take calculus because they got rid of that calculus requirement. Instead, would be statistics. So all I knew was a little bit of statistics. So until UW got rid of that requirement. But still, calculus was still a new thing to me, so I had to learn calculus for that class alone. But I pulled through because the last the final was statistics. So I actually passed that course with a GPA of like with a GPA of like 2.1, I think. So barely, but survived.
That's super easy nowadays. Like,
oh, is it?
and when I was in high school, like I took it, like I was like higher up like an advanced class. So my freshman year, I took advanced algebra or algebra 2, and I think that was the highest level you had to take. Like once you did advanced algebra, you didn't have to do any like you didn't have to take statistics and you didn't have to take calculus. It was more like only if you wanted to. When I was going.
Oh man. Wow.
I had to take that Pierce though. I had to do calculus for the first time at Pierce, and I had no idea what I was doing.
Oh, at Pierce? Oh yeah, I went to Mount T, and Mount T for high school. Pretty good. I actually like that school. It was so much better than California. No offense. The high school there in the Bay was so bad. Oh man, that was so, like you go upstairs to your locker room, because I took a summer class back in middle school in the Bay Area right there in that high school. I went in, it smelled so bad. It's like I guess students were peeing all over the the locker room area. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Janitors were lazy too, especially in middle school. Yeah. Like you would walk in and the first thing you would smell, yeah, exactly.
Mine was definitely like a lot better because when I went to like elementary, like when I was in elementary, they rebuilt like the whole school system. So like the elementary school, the junior high, and the high school, they all built them like from scratch. And so like it was basically like brand new schools and everything when I went there. So I definitely did not have that problem.
Oh, nice. Well, yeah. At least I guess nowadays everything's. I don't want to say that, but to a certain degree. I mean,
I just didn't like that we had an elevator, but we weren't allowed to use it.
What? Is it used for like the wheelchair?
I guess so, but there was like nobody who was like handicapped when I.
Oh yeah, handicapped. Yeah.
So it just never got used.
Wait, nobody in
There
school?
was when I was in elementary school, but in junior high and high school, nobody ever used it.
Huh. Is that off limits to teachers?
Yeah, everybody had to use the stairs. And I think high school was like, I don't remember, it was like 3 stories or something like that. So, like, if you were on the top floor, nobody wanted to do that.
Well, hell, I think I'll just take the stairs instead, because it's more healthier. Haha. Taking the stairs is so much healthier than taking the elevator, as long as you're not handicapped.
people like there were so many accidents that actually happened. People taking the stairs, like people. I remember my senior year, we had like our little senior prank thing, and we were just gonna do like a water balloon fight because it was like super hot, and someone stole the water balloons and then dumped them all over the like the stairs, and one kid like slipped and like broke his jaw.
Oh, oh no.
I'm
But
pretty sure that kid that stole the water balloons and did that got arrested too, like every charge.
oh, yeah. I thought parents would teach their kids better.
I don't know. It was interesting because this was the same kid. Like he was in my grade, so like I had known him since like freshman year. And I remember in my English class, or I guess it was called Calm Arts when I went. He said he had tweeted that he was going to like assassinate Donald Trump or something in 8th grade.
What?
And he said the Secret Service showed up to his house or whatever.
When was this?
Oh my gosh. I don't know, it was like forever ago. Like, so that probably must have been like
Was this like
8
before?
or 9 years ago by now.
Oh, so this was before Trump was pres.
Yeah, this was like this was probably like when he was like before even like running. This was for like 2012 or something.
Well, as they say, all businessmen make terrible presidents.
I think this was like when Obama was like doing his, like starting his second term.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think everything. Remember last year when that riot happened there at White House?
Oh, the January 6th, like the raid on the Capitol.
Yeah. I think that's definitely Trump's fault.
Oh yeah, they're still trying to like find all the people who were there, and like the FBI is trying to arrest them all still.
Yeah, and then you got, man, why would you believe? Why would people believe? Yeah, even my manager hated Trump. So bad. But then, well, at least Biden is doing good, right?
Yeah, like I mean, honestly, probably like a dog as president would be better than Trump. Like it could not possibly have gotten worse.
That is right. Yep, that is right. I'd
It
rather.
was so bad because I started college in 2016. Like I graduated in 2016, so like the end of the year is when I started college. And I went to Eastern Washington, and like it's all kind of like rednecks and everything over there, and they're all like the opposite of like over here. And so like I was literally sitting in my dorm room when Trump had won the election, and they were like going berserk and like throwing a party and everything like that. And I remember my roommate was just like sharing and everything. And then so you have like all the kids who are like from Western Washington and like Seattle and everything. It was just like so awkward to be there.
Oh, I remember my friend that went to PLU. He's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna regret dorming out here because I can't trust people, and apparently you know, a lot of college students, you know what they do. when they dorm in. Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh. So
My
yeah.
roommate was just like terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't dorm in, cause why even bother if I live near the campus anyways.
Yeah, that's why I hated it with it, because they made like all like it doesn't matter unless you live like right next to the school, then you could live at home. But they made like all freshmen live on campus.
Oh, in Eastern.
Yeah, they made everyone like live on campus. Like it's probably better at UW Tacoma because they like you're not even living like in a dorm. You're literally living like in your own apartment type of thing, and you
Right.
share an apartment with someone else.
Yeah. But at least it's more affordable. Yes.
Like at least you get like your own washer and dryer. Like you share just like a kitchen with one person. living in a dorm, you're sharing like one bathroom for each, like two showers, one washer, one dryer, so it takes like forever to do laundry. And you're sharing that with like 10 to 15 people, and it's just terrible.
Oh, yeah, that's completely unsanitary.
Yeah, and these are like college kids too, so like they don't know how to do anything. So I can't tell you how many times we've had to like. It doesn't matter if you have like 8 a.m. classes or whatever. You literally have to get up at like 3 in the morning because someone burnt popcorn
Oh
and
my
it set the
god.
fire alarm off.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
It was literally like a weekly thing. We had to wake up at like 3 in the morning because someone would set off the fire alarms.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
And my roommate just made it so much worse. Like he was like more of like the nerdy type of too. Like he played video games all day and like sat in his dorm room, kind of like I did. But he was like crazy. Like he would just like sit there like 3 in the morning screaming, like with
Screaming.
like the friends on Discord as if like there were other people
Oh.
around on him. So like everybody on the floor could just hear him screaming at 6 in the morning over like League of Legends and stuff, and it was just insane. Um,
Wow.
One time, he actually accused me of going on his computer and downloading a virus because I guess I
What?
don't know what he was doing or what he does on his computer or whatever, but he got a virus on it, and then so he thought that I went on his computer as if he ever left the room and put a virus on it.
Well, that's BS. What proof does he have? Eh,
It made literally no sense. He was in the room more than I was, so how would I ever like go on his computer and just download and put a virus on it? And why would I do that?
Speaking of which, how about just installing an antivirus software? The best one is the not Kaspersky. It's not Trend Micro. Trend Micro is good though, but it went downhill today. But the Bitdefender. I think that's the one I use. Bitdefender. Yeah.
He was just like, I don't know. He actually, by the end of the year, like, so many people had made complaints about him that like they threatened to like kick him out of the dorm and everything like that. So then like he had to try and find someone else that who would like
To
let him
take
stay
him
in like
in.
another dorm with. But it was so close to the end of the school year, they just let him stay, and it was terrible. Like I ended up like leaving school early because I could not live with him anymore. So I left like a week, like a month before school ended, and just went home.
Wow. Oh my god. So, have you ever remained in contact with him?
Nope. I had
Okay, cool.
when like we first met and everything like that, he like had me like add him on Discord and League of Legends and everything like that. And then like we were like I think we were just like pretending to like each other because we lived together, but like we obviously just did not like each other. Um, and so like the moment I moved out, we kind of just like deleted each other off everything and just never talked.
Okay, so he has his own mental issue breakdown there in his little corner. And I guess he still plays. Yep, I have a feeling. You see, I tried getting into League and all that, but it's just not my taste because I'm more like actiony. I like first person shooters and all that adventure. Third person like Tomb Raider and Uncharted, right? Yeah, so that's kind of my kind of play style. Also, if you haven't played yet, you know that website called GOG.com, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you do manage, I also recommend trying SWAT 3. I grew up playing that game on my Windows XP at the time. Pretty good. I liked it. It's like one of the best simulated games, simulated first-person shooters that still holds popularity today. And SWAT 4 was their last game before the company died. So that's why I mentioned earlier, Metal Jesus Rocks was a former employee, and he so nowadays he lives in Seattle, and he loves collecting games, and he's like in his 40s now. A pretty rad guy. Yeah, I wish I could meet him one day. But yeah, Metal Jesus rocks. Um,
There's there's that one famous streamer I think who lives in Seattle. Um,
oh
I think
yeah.
it was Gans Gaming. Like the guy who has like the Twitch emote. I think he lives in Seattle.
Oh. Huh. Hmm. Interesting. I wondered.
I guess he lives in North Carolina now, but I'm pretty sure like when I was probably it was probably a while ago. He was like this like one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, and I had no idea he lived in Seattle.
Oh yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. We almost died here. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Ah. Ooh.
Also, I like playing League, but it's just like I can never kind of like go through with it because just like the people who will play that game are like just so insane. It's just like you just don't want to deal with it, so you'd rather not play the game.
Yeah. Like SWAT. SWAT 3, SWAT 4 is my favorite simulated FPS shooters. And technically, so there's a new game, a new SWAT game on Steam. It's called Ready or Not. Pretty good too. Pretty good. If Sierra wasn't defunct, I think that's what we would expect today. That Ready or Not game, and you can play online too with friends.
I
Oh
like I think me and FPS is kind of like me and fighting games. Like I love fighting games. Like I play like I have like so many on my computer, like Tekken and Soul Calibur.
oh
I have
yeah,
the Dragon Ball One, Marvel
yeah.
vs. Capcom, all those. But I just suck so bad at it.
Oh, oh, oh yeah, because you're more of an RPG JRPG type.
Yeah, I'm just so used to like taking turns and then like clicking a button, not having to like have like super precise movements and stuff.
Ah, I see. Yeah. Um, yeah. So me and like board games. Yeah. It's like, hey, do you want to join us for a tabletop simulator? We're gonna play some chess soon. Ah, no.
Oh my
uh,
gosh, my friends used to always want to play tabletop simulator. We would just play stuff like Monopoly and Sorry, like the super basic ones.
yeah.
And I just did not because people would like we spent more time like flipping the tables than actually playing the game.
Yeah. Uh, tabletop simulator. Uh, I wish I. Nah. Board games is not my thing, unless it is like a movie-based board game. I love Jeopardy, but I can't answer those questions confidently.
Yeah, it would have
um,
to be super specific for me to be able to answer those.
yeah, and some questions, yes, I know about, and most of them I don't know about. Like if you ask questions from, hey, this former marine, the sergeant and the army used to be a blah blah blah, and then the answer would be Drew Carey. How would I know that? I just knew Drew Carey from Whose Line Is It Anyways, right? And the recent Price is Right host. Like I didn't know about Drew Carey's background. Wow, I didn't know that until you like Google search him up.
Oh yeah, it was like I forgot which game show was the one like one of the things. It was like either Jeopardy or something like that. Like
Yeah.
one of the famous like game show hosts on like one of the old ones. I think they actually went to UW.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I
Huh.
was talking to like when I was doing like my job, I was talking to someone and we were just talking about like famous people who went there. Like Bruce Lee went to UW, for example. Um, And so
Oh,
I was just
oh.
started googling famous people who went to UW, and like one of the Jeopardy hosts I think went to UW.
Is it like one of the new guest hosts?
Let me Google it. I don't even know if it's for sure if it's Jeopardy.
Because if it's Jeopardy, like one of the new guest hosts, is Ken Jennings, and he's from Seattle. So that's true. Yes, I'm not sure if he went to UW though, but yeah, he's from Seattle. And then Jeopardy. What else? Jeopardy. There's one.
Oh, it's Ken Jennings.
Yes. Oh, so he went to UW. Okay. Yeah, Ken Jennings.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's also in the new one of the new game shows too, The Chase. Have you seen that yet?
I have not.
So the Chase is I feel like it's an unfair game show because now you have Ken Jennings. Do you remember watching Jeopardy like last year when Alex Trebek was still hosting it for the greatest of all time? So it was the best contestants of Jeopardy. So there were three of them. It was one of them was Ken Jennings. The other one was the guy from Las Vegas who was a an expert gambler, but wow, he extremely smart too. And Brad. And Brad, yes. Yeah, so they all formed up that Chase game show, which is still airing today. Yes. And I feel like it's pretty good too. It's a man, but the game show I feel like is unfair at the same time because towards the end of the show, you are chasing head with one of those nerds. So as a team, it builds up, right? So for example, 3 contestants, right, at the beginning of the show, the host will like recite you like questions, and hopefully you'll get them right. And hopefully the more questions you answer right, one question is worth 10 grand, right? And that for each question you get right, usually for each contestant, the highest for that money builder, the cash builder they'd say is up to like 100 grand. So if you can get 10 questions right, yeah, you can make up to like 100 grand right there on the spot. But it's all timed though for like 1 minute, I believe. And yeah, so so even though you earn that 100 grand, it's not immediately banked until you face head on with the chaser, and the chaser is one of those nerds. And yeah, if you get chased by the chaser, that's it. You are out of the game, and goodbye. So now it has to be one of you that will outrun the chaser, so that money you earned from the cash builder would yeah, fall into place. And you know, if you want to go head on with that chaser, pray that you don't get chased by him or her. And yeah, that's the hard part. And then what's even more challenging is the end of the show, where now the chaser will chase all of you as a group. And once that so hopefully you get like 20 questions right, and not all the time that happens as a group. Some of them are up to like 15 questions that they have to answer correctly, and those get banked, so you have like 2 minutes towards the end. Yeah, it's a complicated show, but
I always thought the only like game show I'd ever be able to do, like win, would probably be Deal or No Deal, because it's completely
oh
elective.
yeah. What are the odds of choosing a case that holds $1 million, right?
I mean, I probably make a decent amount of money because the chances that
True.
you, what are the chances that you pull one of like the super small things and then
Yes.
like stick
Well,
through it the entire time.
like 1,000 versus 1 million. Oh, should I really do this? Should I really keep my money? Oh, how about that game show? Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
I feel like that one was kind of like bullshit because like some of those questions were so hard.
True. Some of them.
Oh, did you see that? There was like a recent Twitch event where they took like a bunch of streamers from platform games like TFT, Valorant, all those games, and they just took like content creators, and they basically had them do like the "Are you smarter than the fifth grader" thing. Some of the questions were like insanely hard. Like there'd be like a third question, and it'd be like, who is like the leader of France or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. They didn't teach me this in elementary or middle school. How am I supposed to know?
Barely learned anything outside of the U.S. How am I supposed to know anything about other countries?
That is so random. That's more of a Jeopardy question now. Don't ask me some Jeopardy questions. like, Mr. One of those nerds, the high roller. I forgot his name, but or even Ken Jennings himself. Like, how do you study for Jeopardy? I read a lot of books, so I spend my time in the library. But yeah, how would you know all the answers to those questions if you've been reading a lot of books? I don't know. It's probably something I just have. I yeah. How?
I struggle with reading like the normal readings I have to do every week for a class. I don't think I could read for fun like that.
Yeah, that's like a lot of time on your hands reading tons of books and all that. Spending your time in the library. I don't. No, I don't believe that. I feel like there might be something hiding that they just don't want to spread out. You know.
Hmm.
Then, and like in high school, right? I used to play for a concert and studio choir, and one of our tenors, um, he auditioned for, was it American Idol? It's either America's Got Talent or American Idol, and he said it was all staged. So you're not supposed to choose the songs you like. They choose it for you, and they give you like a teleprompter to say, and give your emotion. So they'll have you read out, oh, I love this song so much, or it melts my heart, something like that. So whatever you see on TV is fake. Whatever, yeah. If you watch America's Got Talent or American Idol, all those emotions are fake. That meaning that they're all staged.
I always kind of like wondered that like there's that one show, the RuPaul show, Drag Race or whatever. Like I know the only part like I know about that show is like they used to have to do like lip syncs. It's like if you kind of like
Oh,
if your
like
drag is bad or something like that, like you go one on one, and like whoever like sings worse or lip syncs worse loses. And I always wondered like how would they know like these random songs? Like if I had to lip sync like perfectly to just a random song that you choose, like I don't think I could do that. There's no song that I just know every single lyric to.
or the Masked Singer, right, on NBC.
Oh, oh yeah.
I feel like I enjoy that more because they're really hiding in their costume.
I think I saw that on the show in the news. It was something like there was like a politician or something that was on there, and then like one of the judges got like so pissed that he was on the show that he left.
How about Yeah, I remember in one episode with Jesse McCartney in there. It's like, hey, this guy sings really good. Yeah, that was Jesse McCartney all along. Because in high school, he was pretty good. He was well known. But I don't know why he stopped making music today.
Like that was like I remember he was in I only know him because like when I was little, like he had a song in the Jimmy Neutron movie. It was like one of the first songs in the movie is he one he did.
Oh, oh, I see. I don't
Yeah, in the
remember,
Jimmy
but
Neutron movie when he's like getting ready, the song that plays is by Jesse McCartney made specifically for that movie.
I remember. I remembered. Do you remember the song "Leavin'"?
Don't think I heard that one.
And then it was from his album, 2007 album.
I
Yeah,
think I was probably like 8 or 9 years old.
yeah, really, yeah. High school. Remember High School Musical? I remember.
I remember that. I
Yeah,
actually I used to love the second one when I was little, and then I
I
did not like the third one.
I remember in high school, they told me they requested me to play High School Musical songs from one and two. Oh, okay, fine. Because later that year we performed in the high school. What do you call it for concert choir? So I actually
Mm.
played that. Like, get on it, and the basketball song with Zac Efron. Oh,
Oh,
we're all in this together. Yeah.
I think the one song I really liked from the movie was the Bop to the Top because that was also in Zack
Oh,
and Cody, and I love that.
and then how about the one with the golf scene in it? Bet on it. Yeah, there you go.
Oh. I also remember the one from the baseball game in the second one. It was like um, I Don't Dance one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember that. But it was not from me. It was from them. The whole choir requested that, especially the actual tenor guy that was saying really good. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll just play. I'm not a singer myself, but yeah. So I actually played for that. And also, like the for senior year, I played for a concert and studio choir this um, Evita, Phantom of the Opera. They gave me an 845-page piano book.
Oh my gosh.
It took 3 hours, and it was a 3 night thing, 3 night event at school. That was from like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh, it's like okay, fine. At least I'm getting my hours up. uh,
Oh, that reminds me. There was that super popular Disney movie when I was in like I don't even know, probably like junior high or maybe even elementary. The one that made Demi Lovato super famous, Camp Rock.
okay, I
That was
remember
such
that.
a big deal when I was in school.
Oh yeah, with Taylor Lautner in it, right? No, I think it was.
I think it was Joe Jonas.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, yep. Okay, now I get it. The Jonas Brothers.
I think Taylor Lautner. Oh yeah, Taylor Lautner was super popular because of Twilight. I never watched
Yes.
that though.
Okay, so the funny thing when I was in high school, right, when the Twilight premiere came out, this was like in 2007. I was in maybe in sophomore or freshman. I can't remember now. But yeah, I was. My cousin came over, right? She stayed here at our place for like 12, no, not 11 months, for almost like a year. And Twilight premiere came out, and I didn't know at the time because I didn't care about chick flicks. All I cared was about action movies, so anything with Bruce Willis in it, whatever. Oh, yeah, that interests me. Or something with a Secret Service, like Olympus Has Fallen, or Olympus. Yeah, the Fallen movies, right? Yeah, or The Sentinel with
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I didn't even know about Twilight till she told me about it, and she begged for me to watch it with her. So I said no, I don't want to, but she kept begging. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll go to the Twilight premiere. So she took me and my sister along. I'm like, hey cousin. So as soon as we arrived at the Regal Cinema, right there in Lakewood, a bunch of kids, a bunch of students I knew, were in line, and as soon as we walked in, all those chicks told me that, hey, is that Taylor Lautner? No, that's just Gil. Because apparently, I think in their eyes, I guess I looked like Taylor Lautner back then.
I mean, that's a compliment. All the girls
It's like-
liked him back then.
Yes, I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But then I was like, well, I'm just a nerd. I'm just minding my own business. And I was like, wait, you guys actually thought I was Taylor Lautner?
That kind
Wow.
of reminds me. I was like really young. Like I was probably like in elementary school, and my mom's sister and her daughter came to visit us, and they stayed with us for a couple months from Korea, and so like they were like very little English, like type of like like born and raised in Korea, and so back then something that was really popular on Nickelodeon was the Naked Brothers band, and
What?
uh,
I never heard of that.
it was like, I mean, it would probably only lasted for like a year or two, like before like it got canceled or whatever. But I remember it was kind of like one of those shows. So it was kind of like High School Musical and everything, but it was a TV show where it was basically kids and they just played music all the time and had these songs. And there was just one song. It was like about banana smoothies or something like that. And she was like obsessed with it, and she would sing it like over and over again.
Is it like Shark did doody doody doo? Baby Shark.
I actually have to listen. I don't even remember what it was like.
I found that so annoying now. Baby Shark. No. I don't want to hear that no more.
Because I have a friend who has a kid, and his kid's like really like super, probably like 2, 3 years old, and so they're like obsessed with like Coco Melon, and so I actually saw that Coco Melon. It was like in the top 10 on Netflix, so I watched it one time, and like every song was just like a different version of Baby Shark, and I just changed up the lyrics.
You know what I like to hear though? More of the Wiggles.
That's a super throwback.
Yeah. Fruit salad, yummy. Yeah, that is so much better than Baby Shark. Oh God, no.
When I was little, I think my favorite show was Teletubbies. And I
yes.
the little red one.
Teletubbies, yep. And how about the big comfy couch? Have you seen that before? Or the puzzle place? Yeah, this was more like the 90s.
Comfy couch.
Oh, okay. This was more of the 90s when Arthur was still around. And remember Kipper the dog?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, Kipper the dog would air like right before Little Bear, and then followed by Blue's Clues.
Oh, I know. I remember Little Bear. And then there was also. Oh yeah, I definitely know what Kipper the dog is. I remember this.
Yes, Kipper the dog, and I would watch that before going out to my private piano tutoring. And
I,
Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
oh, that, yeah, I remember that. I also loved Barney. I think Barney was definitely one of my favorites when I was little.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Barney, like the old school Barney, yes. No, not the new Barney where people were making fun of him, saying that he was a rapist or whatever. Was he really? I don't believe that. I don't know. I can't. I don't know. I find a hard time believing the purple dinosaur was ever one, unless it's just a rumor going around. You know, like how Michael Jackson had so many rumors about all those conducts. Yeah, like
Hmm.
yeah, no, no, not none of those were true. It was just to defame him because of
Yeah, I
he
just
was making
know
so much
like he
money.
got like a whole bunch of like bad press because I didn't like I was like super young when Michael Jackson was a thing, so I don't remember like when he died really. But I
Yeah.
remember there was like a thing where he basically took his kid and
Oh
held him
no.
over the
Y-
balcony, and then he
yeah.
like got charged. Like people were saying like he was neglectful of his child.
Yeah. No. No. That's his child, and he was clearly hanging on to his child, not about to drop him off the balcony. You know. Now if he actually dropped his kid off, now sure we can believe that, but really it's just because he was so popular around the world, making a lot of money. But when in turn he actually wasn't, because he likes to spend all his dough on lavishing things. Like he would go to Las Vegas with his private um, with his bodyguard and all that, and buy like all those expensive stuff, like like gold, I don't know, paintings and all that. Yeah, and they were like worth 100 grand each or so. I don't know, but yeah, most of his expenditures were based on that. So he was considered poor, um, his and oh yeah, buying a Neverland Ranch, that costed like 20 something mil.
Yeah, I think I remember that because like when I was super little, like I was obsessed with South Park when I was probably like in fourth or
That yeah,
fifth
South
grade.
Park was.
And like he was in South Park, and there was like that episode where they
Yes.
all went to visit him and stuff like that, and like they try to portray him as like a pedophile or something like that.
Yes, especially in Scary Movie 3.
Mm.
Scary Movie 3 wasn't actually scary. It was more comedic. Comedic. There was so many, yeah, of his nose peeling off. Yeah, there was a scene on that with Charlie Sheen. Oh my god, really?
I think they always. I feel like every time they put Michael Jackson like in any cartoon or anything like that, they always just have like some one of his like his nose or something coming off.
Yeah, because of his plastic surgery. Because um, yeah, his facial appearance changed drastically, like over time. So people thought, hey, yeah, did you do something with your nose? Did you lift your nose? But yeah, actually, he was hiding it from the public. But I think he actually did do that. But ever since how from his 1980s Pepsi commercial, because he suffered like third-degree burns on his head, so he lost like his hair. Um, they prescribed him with drugs that painkiller drugs. So he got addicted to that. So as he got older and all that, um, he started losing. His health kind of wore off. He, so that's why he died from what do you call it? Propofol, whatever.
Mm.
His milk, his comforting drug. Doctor. That stupid doctor though, Doctor, what's his face, had such a bad rep because he prescribed him Propofol. Propofol. There you go. Yeah.
I remember, what was it? Oh yeah, it was specifically like how like when I was younger, like everyone like made such a big deal out of like Michael Jackson getting like plastic surgery and everything like that, and then like now people literally make their careers off it, like Kim Kardashian and all them.
Yeah. That's so dumb.
Like most people would not even know what like. It's hard to say like what Kim Kardashian is actually famous for.
Yes, they don't have skill. That's the thing. Some of those Hollywood stars, they don't have skill about anything. Kim Kardashian got popular because of their mother, because I think she dated a popular star, and that's how they got their popularity over time.
I knew she was married to back when Caitlyn was Bruce, like he was an Olympian.
Oh, Bruce Jenner.
Yeah. Before he transitioned, like he was like a super famous Olympian or something like that, and so he was already like super popular.
Yeah. But that they yeah, they're dumb. And have you heard about their sex tape or whatever?
Oh yeah,
with
Kim
with
Kardashian's
with
sex tape got released with like Ray J, and it was on like Roblox.
Yeah, yeah. That's so dumb.
I didn't know it was just publicly out there. I searched it once and I didn't realize it was just like out there on the internet.
Right? Oh my god. Wow. These Hollywood stars I can't trust. I think MJ was the only trustable Hollywood star musician. Because I actually believe him that the tabloids were defaming him. Especially like do you know the magazine the National Enquirer? Do you know Prince, right? The musician? Yeah. On the front face of the cover, when he died, was like what, last year or so? The front face cover of the tabloid said, "Prince died of AIDS." Really?
I never even heard of him having AIDS. Like whenever people talk about like a famous person with AIDS, it's always Magic Johnson.
Yes, that Magic doesn't have AIDS because he got treated. Now, he was HIV positive though, but because he contracted it, later on, like in the early '90s, I believe, because by then the drugs were administered. They got the drugs. The drugs came out in like 1994, and so he got treated. So that HIV didn't transition into AIDS, and so therefore he's still alive today. But do you know the band Queen, right?
Uh-huh.
Freddie Mercury contracted AIDS back then before the drugs were administered. And so if only he had lasted a little bit sooner, or if he didn't contracted AIDS, the disease, a lot later, in like the late 80s, he would still probably be alive today. But because he contracted it back in the late 70s, that was far too early, and the drugs were not ready available yet, because so he passed away when I was born. Like the year I was born, I mean. So,
I
ooh,
think
if you,
whenever I think about when I was born, I think the only like I don't know, like I guess it was like because like I was obsessed with Pokemon, especially like my childhood, and
yeah.
so like the one thing I always remember when I was born is that Pokemon got released in America literally the same month of the same year that I was born.
Was that? Oh wow, nice. I remembered when I was in elementary, I would wake up and for breakfast and watch Yu-Gi-Oh, the original TV series.
Uh, I remember I used to watch
While playing RuneScape.
I
Man,
used to always like come home from school, and then like I don't know, for like 3 or 4 o'clock, and I'd always just watch Pokemon afterwards.
I would come, I would come back home from school playing GoldenEye, and watching the Siamese cats on PBS.
Oh, I remember that.
The Siamese and Arthur. I remember
I
it.
think my favorite PBS show was Cyber Chase, the math one.
Cyber Chase. I remember that. What else was on PBS? Bob
I like
Ross.
that one show, Fetch with Rough Ruffman, the game show.
Hmm. Wow. Man, oh man. I actually. That's good. I forgot what else was on PBS. So long now. Was Madeline on PBS at one point? I don't remember.
Which one?
Madeline?
I don't remember that. I remember there was I think Bear in the Big Blue House, and then
Oh yeah,
there was
yeah,
like
Playhouse
that
Disney.
Meeting with the Lion show.
Oh yes. Between a book. Oh, oh, and the
Oh,
Craft.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood too.
Yes, yes, Mitch Rogers, and the Craft Brothers, Zaboomafoo.
Oh yeah, because they got their new show. They got the new Craft Brothers show, but then they had Zoom. I didn't even know those was the same people for so long.
Yeah, the animated series. Yeah, no, it's not the same. uh, yeah, the Craft. Yep, Zaboomafoo. That's the thing. But then I heard that the lemur died a couple years ago now, like 2018 or so. Ah, that was childhood, and also remember not too long ago, like maybe last month, um, Bob Saget passed away. So apparently, it was he probably collapsed like from an accident at his place in the hotel. So he probably bumped his head somewhere, probably slipped and fell,
Oh,
and that caused a concussion. And he was also on the verge of having a heart attack, too. So yeah, man, all these good stars are, yeah, yikes.
oh, I know right when I remember. There was Clifford, and then there was
Oh,
Curious George.
oh yeah, there you go. For the
Uh,
big red dog.
oh, I love Caillou. Caillou, I
Oh
love that show
yeah,
so much.
yes, Caillou.
And Dragon Tales, I love Dragon Tales.
Yeah, oh yeah, Dragon Tales. Um, how about how about? Do you remember that bunny rabbit Max?
Oh, Max and Ruby? Yeah,
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. Hey Max.
Um, I love Sagwa too, the little Siamese cat. I love that.
Oh yes, yes. I think that's the show. um.
Oh, the
So.
Berenstain Bears.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you followed AVGN?
What's that?
Angry Video Game Nerd.
Oh, I don't think I've heard of that.
Oh yeah, he's popular on YouTube ever since 2007. Um, but he has one episode of the Berenstein Bears. Oh yeah, you should probably see it. Hold on, I do have the link. It's AVGN Hong. Oh yeah, there's one there too. Bear. Yep. Here you go. AVGN Berenstein, or is it Berenstein? There's one. AVGN. Here's another one. Hong Kong 97. And then there's one. AVGN. Wait. There you go. This one here. There.
Bullshit.
Yeah. There we go. Yep.
This made me think of like all the old like video game YouTubers I used to watch. What was one of them? What was his name? He used to, oh, Proton Johnson. I used to like watching him do like the Kaizo Mario runs.
Kaizo. Oh, like the modded Super Mario runs.
Yeah, I love watching Proton John play that. Like, it was just so funny.
Yeah. Also, have you seen? Yeah, I've seen like. What was it? There's one mod for Super Mario 64. It was something of the 7 stars or something. It was, wow, it was so complicated. I can't even do it.
Yeah, those like Super Mario World like hacks were like insane, but it was so funny watching people play that.
Yes, it was Super Mario. I can't remember it. It was a couple of years ago now, but it was so insane. Really, like if you want to grab there's like hidden stars where you have to like jump off wall jumps constantly, and then like falling into lava. So if you want to get that red coin on the other side, you gotta go through the lava, and you gotta time your health too. Oh, that's so complicated. Jumping on lava. I don't know. Some people have the heart for that. I just don't get the strategy. It's
I
more of
used
a-
to hate the lava levels like in Mario 64, like the first open world one. I used to hate like all the Bowser levels with the lava because you would like hit the lava and then it would like shoot you up into the air and you would just keep bouncing back into it until you died.
Yes, unless you can aim yourself off of like a platform.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah.
the water levels are always the worst in Mario.
Yes, I hated water levels. Or no, like just water generals in any type of game. In any type of game. Like water levels in like Rainbow Six. Or
I
even
think
Call
what
of
I
Duty.
hated the most was the boo levels.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was
That
so
one-
annoying because you had to keep turning around back and forth to make them stop.
Yes. In 64 that was more easily manageable. But like finding the secrets was a little challenging. I wouldn't say
64
painful.
was better because you could at least kill them.
Oh yes, true. The only time you could kill the boos in like Super Mario Brothers 3 is if you get Hammer Mario. Now you don't unlock Hammer Mario till like in World 6 or yeah, in those later stages. And if you get lucky too. You know those wall what would you call those? like in Bowser's castles, in those mini Bowser castles in Super Mario Brothers 3, you can use the Hammer Mario to knock them off.
Oh, wasn't Super Mario 3 the I don't know if it was that one. It was there was like one Mario game where you could pick like different characters. So you could be like Toad, you could be Peach, you could be Luigi.
Oh, that's probably Super Mario Brothers 2.
Yeah, I remember that one. That's the one I really like played a lot. And I would always pick Peach because she could float.
It initially wasn't supposed to be a Super Mario game. It was a Japanese kinda esque, but then they just renamed it to Super Mario Brothers 2. But yeah, it initially wasn't a Super Mario Brothers game, because the initial Super Mario Brothers 2 game was the Lost Levels, and you would find that in the Super Nintendo version. It was Super Mario All Stars, and that's where you see like the whole collection.
Oh, I think I had that.
Yes. So Super Mario All Stars would have been Super Mario Brothers 2, but they didn't release it because I think they thought it would be super hard. It would be a super hard game for the public. So
One of the games I loved was Wario World. It was like for the Game Boy Color.
Oh, Wario World. Yeah, I remember. I remember growing up with. Yeah, I still have my top loader Nintendo. I used to have the original Nintendo as well, but I don't know what my mom did to it. And then I remembered having a Nintendo. Let's see. Game Boy Advance. There you go.
Oh, I remember that. Because it had that, and then I think it was like the Game Boy SP, which is like the flip phone version of it.
Yes, the Game Boy Advanced SP. Yep, I used to have the original silver one, and I was still in high school at the time. But then my mom sent it. My mom got rid of it because I only get to keep one, but I still have some of the games left over. she gave it out because I own too many consoles. But that was his. Ugh, I got so mad.
I remember my Game Boy SP, and then I had so like when I went to my dad's house, like I had like my Game Boy, like the still old Game Boy Advance. I had like Pokemon Sapphire on it, but then at my mom's house, I had like a Game Boy SP, and I had like Pokemon Emerald on it. And so for some reason, I could never beat Pokemon Sapphire, but I could beat Pokemon Emerald so easily.
You got used to it.
It was just so hard because like I think it was like after the seventh gym leader or something like that when like Kyogre like takes over and like it's super rainy. I just had no idea what to do because I didn't understand like the concept of like diving and stuff.
Oh, I see. So it was yeah.
Yeah, games like those where like they don't tell you what to do, and so like you have to kind of like figure out for yourself and like explore. I had no idea what to do.
Oh man.
Oh, another game. Luigi's Mansion. I had that for GameCube, but I was always too scared to play it.
Luigi's Mansion.
I had that game on YouTube, and I was just like, I was like really young. I was probably like 10 years old when I had like a GameCube or something like that. And I always had the disc, and I was too terrified to ever play it.
Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, I never tried that, but yeah, we could download the ROM for it.
I know they remade Luigi's Mansion Mansion.
Yes, for the
I
Switch.
think they made a third one.
I think they're coming out with Luigi's Mansion 2.
I think there already is one out on Switch. I think there's actually three of them now.
Hmm. Huh. I
I
guess.
know before Luigi's Mansion, I think Luigi's only had one game. It was like Where's Mario or something like that. And it was like an educational game, so nobody liked it.
And then there was Mario's typing adventure. Mario typing. Hmm.
I remember that. My stepmom used to make me like sit down like for an hour a day and practice like typing, and then so I'd have like um, I don't know. There was like this one game where you had to like type the letters fast enough to like stay on the iceberg or something like that, and if you typed just like fell off. And then
Oh,
I
is it
also had
Mavis?
like a Disney one.
Is it Mavis Beacon teaches typing?
I think so. It's like the super. It was like the super like common generic one, and I think that was it. The one with the lady, like the virtual lady.
Yeah. Mavis Beacon.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I started learning how to type. I started with Mavis Beacon teaches typing for the Windows XP, Windows 9598 XP. That was version 10. Maybe.
I would have learned naturally anyways as I grew up. Eventually, I would have used Skype and learned how to type.
So guess how many words per minute I type.
I don't even know how many I type.
I type 100 between 100 and 140.
I have no idea how much I type. I just know that when I type, I like it kind of depends. Like I can type, like I can type well if I'm doing like just words, but if I have to do like punctuation and stuff like that, then I'm just terrible at typing.
Oh yeah, and how about the 10 key? Yeah.
Yeah, anything that's not a letter or a number, it just messes me up.
So actually the 10 key is quite easy. You know how your 10 keys like listed from 1 like going up in value? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, especially those gaming mice with the numbers on the side.
Oh yeah, like the MMO type mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It actually helps a lot. I have I just recently bought the Steel Series Aerox 9 wireless mouse. It's $149, but it's the first wireless mouse that no, it's the first wireless MMO mouse.
Like I when I played Final Fantasy 14, like I know a lot of people that used MMOs. I just never did it because I remember when I first started like playing WoW, like I hated like the normal keybinds. Like no, like it's so hard to press things like 6, 7, 8, 9 when all your fingers are like on Q and then your other hands on your mouse. So it's like so hard to reach over. And
Oh yeah.
then like they started adding like changing keybinds and stuff like that. So I would just change all the numbers to like I wouldn't go past 5, and so I did like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I would just do like things like Z and X and F and stuff like that.
So you got everything keybound.
There was one game I like. It was like this super old Chinese MMO, and somehow it's like still like active. Like it must be like 20 years old by now, and it wasn't even that popular. So I don't even know how it's still going. But
Is
it
it
had like
is it
default
Vindictus?
keybinds. And it was like F1, F2, F3, and it was impossible to do.
Well, was that Vindictus? I think no.
It was like some Angels game.
Huh. Oh, is it Ion? AION?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I can't remember what it
that's
was called.
that's what I thought about an MMO type.
It was like this, like the I don't know the animation or like the graphics of it. It was like super like childish.
Hmm.
And I just remember like I would play it and like nobody on that game was like American. Like there were so many people from like Mexico or like from like Asia that would play it, and I just had no idea what anyone was saying.
Oh, wow. Huh.
So like I remember like it was like super like pay to win. So like people would spend like hundreds and thousands of dollars on it.
Oh heck
And
no.
like so people would like literally like get people would like try and make like livings I guess off of scamming people in that game.
I can't imagine doing that. People gambling also. Eh. But like, this is why EA games suck.
Oh yeah, 'cause everyone's thing is microtransaction now.
Yes, you're teaching kids how to gamble. That's near that's yeah, no, and also remember the CEO of Nintendo? I didn't know he left, but now it's the former CEO of EA Games, something named Bowser. His last name was Bowser, but now he's the current CEO of Nintendo of America. Now everything just started dying.
Yeah, I also know there's like certain European countries, I think like Sweden and like Norway, like there's so many games that are banned because they have microtransactions and like gambling is like illegal there, and so you can't even play those games.
Especially like GTA is banned in some countries.
Mm.
But oh, I love GTA though. GTA 5. GTA 5 just got remastered for the PS5 for 4K resolution scaling and up to 8K. Yes, but it's still the same game.
I used to love GTA 5 like there would be so many hackers and like they just honestly did not care about the game enough to like ban anyone who cheated.
Oh yeah, on
So
the
like you would
PC.
just
Yep.
go and spawn into a lobby and just get like nuked on spawn and they were like
Yep.
invincible.
GTA 5 on PC. Yes, and also on PS3, the original. Yeah, you get some. Everything there is like hacked lobbies and all.
Yeah, I
I
remember
hate
like
that.
I was playing in a GTA lobby and I killed someone and I guess his friend was like in the lobby and he was like a hacker or something. So he like wherever I went he would like or spawn he would just teleport me and insta kill me.
Yes, or there would be some hackers that are nice, and would drop money for you, and that would crash the server down. But hey, you got free money, so all that some of those fake money I received from hackers were maybe just a few 100,000 out of the millions I have now, because my rank is 300 something on PC, but I'm still like level 200 something on PS3, 4, PS4 and 5. I mean, I still have a DeLorean, and I still have my what you can call it, my Toreador. It's one of the new cars that shoots machine guns, and it also it could also shoot down a flying car, so that's a good thing. And it's sadly it's worth like 4.7 mil, I think.
I just remember there was two things I loved playing doing GTA. So when I played like normal GTA online, I loved like the little racing modes
Hmm.
that you would do on like the custom track, and then I loved my friends really got me into doing GTA roleplay for a little bit. But I would kind of go around and just be a criminal, like rob stores and stuff like that, and just kill police officers, and then spend a whole bunch of time in jail.
Oh, see, I've never played in a role playing server. I just played in the main lobbies.
Yeah, like me and my friends would just like go around and like rob stores, and then like the people who are like role playing cops would like come after us, and then you would just like go on these like huge like chases and everything, and eventually they'd always like catch you, and then you just gotta like you get like put into like a literal jail, so like you would have to sit there in the jail cell for like hours and hours to serve your time.
Man, when are they gonna play? We're not gonna release GTA 6 though. I think that's what everybody's craving for. But I think though, it's in the works. So maybe in a few more years.
Like, I didn't even know like GTA 5. GTA 5 must be like almost 10 years old by now.
Yeah, it was released in 2013. Yep, it's 9 years old now, at least. Man, for 2 years though, I've been waiting for an RTX card. I was still using a cheap GTX card, and I noticed like performance rate issues started happening. Like I couldn't like scale up my thing to the highest, so I was playing in like 1080p. So I finally scored one recently, 2 month, no, last month, early last month. Yeah, felt good. That was great. Woohoo! But I scored this from EVGA themselves.
Oh,
Because
I
they
remember like when I was building my computer, it just took so long, just for like the graphics card alone because like I didn't want to like pay super overpriced for one. I mean like I eventually kind of like just got like a cheaper one for like the time being, just so I could use my computer. So I just got like a 1050 Ti, but it took so long to be able to find like a 1080 years ago that was not like super overpriced.
Mm. Yeah, so actually EVGA has restocked their graphics cards now. So now I think you could still get an RTX 3090. But why get a 3090 when the 4090 is coming out next month? Or I mean end of July. That's what I heard. You know what I'm waiting for first though is the Steam Dock for the Steam Deck.
What's the Steam Dock?
You know, like the Nintendo Switch, the docking system.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it so like you can put your Steam Deck on your TV?
yeah. As of now, you can use any USB Type C hubs, but it's more ergonomic to have the docking station. So that's when Steam will release their official Steam Dock. They said late spring, and we're almost towards the end of spring.
I really like honestly I kind of like really like that whole little the first Steam product where it lets you like stream your games to your TV. I just hated it with certain games like Rocket League was like unplayable or anything that was online because there was so much input delay.
I wonder if they updated it.
I doubt it just because I think they discontinued it for like forever ago. They were
Oh,
selling it for super cheap.
oh, I guess so. It was a
Yeah, I think
great.
they were almost giving away. I think you get like the little thing and then it'll give you like a Steam controller with it. It was probably like $5 or $10.
I remember that. I think yeah, from years ago. But why do that if you could? I guess they were just testing something new, right? Like how Google Stadia is.
I always wondered why they just like discontinued it because I liked the idea of it. It was just some games just were unplayable.
Yeah. It yeah, here and there. Now we get the Steam Deck, and it's so good, but not a lot of games are still supported. But at least I got Elden Ring to play. So hopefully they'll be working on all the other games too. So in the long run. But
You wondering know because Elden Ring's like so good, but I don't know if I have like the patience to play a game and just die that many times and still continue.
yeah, I was like, I was in the mood for it, so I'm like, okay, why not? So I just went for it, and that was my first Souls game, and I tried Dark Souls and I tried Demon Souls. Demon Souls was was the original of them all. And so the only thing I hated about Demon Souls was the fact that you had to farm if you run out of herbs. Your health. That was your health. So I recently live streamed it, and for like 4 hours straight, I got nowhere. I was like, no, it's not my type. So I guess for the beginners, it's best to start at Dark Souls 3, because that's when they introduced the flasks. So every time you go to a bonfire, your flasks are restored. So same thing with Elden Ring. Like if you run out of flasks for the fight, you can always restore it back at a Mark of Grace, which is bonfire in the Dark Souls series. It's pretty much Dark Souls, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an MMO Dark Souls game. Or I mean, it has like MMO elements to it.
One of the bad, or like I guess things that that really like make it so I probably have never played a Dark Souls is that it's like so slow paced. Like you have to like dodge abilities and stuff like that and roll, and like like your even like your swinging animations. It's almost like you're like using a two-handed sword in any other game.
Yeah, it's
And
like a.
I'm so bad with those patient playstyles.
it's a patient type MMO. Yeah, I wish I could like WoW even more, but I just hate how I remember hating what do you call it, World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King. I mean, the raids and all that were fun, but by the time I did the Wrath of the Lich King fight, the raid itself, because I didn't know the fights, I got kicked. And at the time, Discord didn't exist. It was Ventrilo. So you had to type in the IP address to get into the voice chat. And I got called out by a kid because I didn't know the fights. So he called me Huntered. I just didn't know the fights. How could you predict such thing, you know? That's not fair. I just didn't know what to do in that fight. It's like, and then he started yelling out, and so I got kicked. Wow, I was about, you know, I was gonna rage right there. So bad. Yeah.
MMOs are like come such a long way. Like nowadays, you can just go on a YouTube video, like go onto YouTube and like teach you the whole thing in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, it was like so much harder.
That's the thing about watching videos. Like, okay, I kind of see it, but you don't know until you do it yourself, because it's different for everybody.
Some of them are like really hard. Like in Final Fantasy 14, like the super endgame one. Like some of the videos are like 30 minutes long. It's like you're not gonna expect anyone to remember how to do 30 minutes of information straight, just by watching the video.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and the output is depending on the group you are with. So, yeah, what if you're what? So for the most part, like some of the group members are knowledgeable in it, and then some are not. So, like, okay, I kind of get it, but so for me, it's like I learn as I go, right? Like how you drive a car, learning to drive. That's how I see it. Like, okay, I'll get it once I do it, right? So I won't know until I do it. And that's how I learn, right? I guess that's for like any normal people out there. Some are very skilled, and they can just learn in one sitting, like from after watching. and some don't have that mental ability, like a normal person does, an average person, I'd say.
Yeah, that was like the good part of Final Fantasy 14 because there's basically two types of raid groups. There was like the do the raid and finish it, and then there was like prod groups. So like most people would do like progression groups for like weeks or months or something like that, and you would do like specific like parts of the fight until you learned it before you actually did the raid.
Hmm. That sounds complicated.
It was just kind of tiring because you were like you have like the super hard raid, and then so you're practicing it almost like a job if you're doing it like multiple days a week for hours a day until you can learn the whole thing and actually do it. And then you have to make sure everybody else can do it, which makes it even more exhausting.
Yeah. So like, and if one is committed too, right? Yeah.
That's
So
why I like Lost Ark because Lost Ark like the mechanics are kind of like harder, but there's like a lot less of them, so the fights are much shorter. So rather than putting like a 30-minute to an hour raid, like it's probably only like I think there's like like every single piece of like raid has like a 20-minute max thing. So if you don't finish it in 20 minutes, it restarts. So usually things are only like 10 to 15 minutes that you have to remember.
ooh. Yeah.
But Lost Ark has a lot of like memory mechanics, so it'll like show like patterns like super fast, and then you have to like memorize it.
Wait, isn't Lost Ark, um, isn't Lost Ark similar to Diablo?
Yeah, it's very similar in like the gameplay aspect. Also, it's what's unique. So like in WoW and Final Fantasy, it's those games are very scripted. So like if you were to like time the fight, you would see like certain benchmarks in the fight. The boss is gonna do the same thing every single fight. But in Lost Ark, like the abilities and stuff that they cast are like completely randomized. So they'll do like the same abilities every fight, but the pattern is always different.
Wow. So, is it kind of like Path of Exile?
Yeah, it's almost like it actually like in terms of like how the game looks, it looks exactly like that. Like when you kill something, like it explodes and like the blood and guts go everywhere. So it looks like insane like those two games.
Man, I kind of like Path of Exile until it got harder. Like, I don't understand the talent tree. It was that hard. Wow. What do
Yeah,
I
like
do?
in like the standard MMOs, you have your basic. Everyone is like a mage almost, except for the melee classes where you have to sit there and you have to cast and have the cast time. But most classes in Last Start, except for like the actual mage class, like the sorceress and stuff like that. That's like the only class with like cast times. Everything else is pretty much like instantaneous because a lot of the game mechanics involve like having to dodge. So it's not. It's like a lot more fast paced.
Oh my god. I love fast-paced games, but once you throw in the mix of all those abilities and all that,
It gets super hard. Like the game has been out for like 5 years in Korea, and like it just came out in America like like in February, and like if you look at some of the bosses that are out in Korea, they have like 100 health bars or something.
oh my god.
Yeah, I think in America, like most of them only have like 20, and then I was looking at like the harder content in Korea, and it's like 5 times that. Most of
Wow.
it is like when you get into the end game of any MMO, it's like to the point to where if you get hit by anything, you just die.
Oh. Oh my. Huh. So the differences between regions.
I think they're like trying to speed it up though. Like they're trying to basically like accelerate the rate that they release stuff in like the NAEU version to try and catch it up to like because I think Korea is the farthest ahead, and then I think like the Russian version is like in the middle.
Jesus. Isn't there like a Korean version of Counter Strike? I heard,
Um,
or is it
I
something
don't know. I
different?
don't think I don't think FPSs are like as popular in Korea. I think like Overwatch and Valorant are probably like I don't think CS:GO is that popular in Korea. I think it's just Valorant and Overwatch.
Do you remember that Conan O'Brien episode where he visited Korea?
I don't think I've watched Conan O'Brien.
Oh, he's like the king of late night. um, yeah, he visited Korea and he went to this gaming lounge, and there was a game that guy there in the computer what do you call it, computer lounge, whatever. So there he was like playing some kind of like Counter Strike. It could be Counter Strike. I think it was Counter Strike. Yeah, I don't remember now. It's been a few years now. But yeah, it was that episode where he went to Korea and learned some Korean. But that episode was like so funny too, because he would make fun of the tutor he had when he was learning Korean. and then and then that tutor didn't like him. He's like, "Oh, why you weird?" And then he's like, "Ladies."
I think Korean is actually like one of the easier like Asian languages to learn just because a lot of the characters are actually like they're basically like pictures. They're pictures of things in like uh English because like Korea like kind of like was heavily influenced by like the West and stuff like that. So that
Mm.
like went into a lot of consideration when they like probably like the original language, but like the more modern Korean language and all the characters that they have now, like the alphabet, it's very relevant to like images of Korean pictures. Like uh the character for that makes the N sound in Korean, it literally looks like a nose, and so you would see that character and you would think of nose and know that it's the letter N.
Oh, like PEMDAS
There was
parentheses.
like a video I saw that shows like it's supposed to be like learning Korean in like 2 minutes or something like that, and it like teaches you all the characters in like 2 minutes.
Oh.
Or it's like five. I think I found it. It's oh dang, this video is old. It's from like 9 years ago, but I randomly just saw this video, and I thought it was like I didn't think it was real at first, but it made so much sense. Just like how every Korean character was actually just looks like a picture, and how that helps you understand what it's supposed to mean.
Oh, nice. Bananas. Hmm.
Oh yeah, Japanese is also really easy just because there's literally they literally have like an alphabet that's meant for Americans. There's like because it's like katakana, hiragana, and then kanji, and like kanji is like the super hard one.
Watasha
But
wa.
kanji is like I mean katakana is basically like English almost.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Nice. We've finished the game.
Did you just like beat through the whole thing in just like this one sitting?
After like 2 sittings.
Because I thought like I was like that was a pretty short game if it was only like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah, we spent 4 hours the first day, and then 4 hours yesterday, last night, and then how many hours here? Maybe just an hour or so. mm, 2 hours. There you go. So all in all is 10 hours long. Jesus, I didn't even realize that. I thought it was more shorter than that, but okay. So I guess tomorrow night, or tonight technically,
Yeah, tonight.
we'll be doing Left 4 Dead 2.
What was that one zombie game? I only know it because the main character was in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I think his name was like Frank West or something. He was like a photographer, and it's like when you go into the shopping mall and then you fight off the zombies.
Oh, is that Dead Island?
And I've heard of Dead Island only because I knew when I played PlayStation 3, there was kind of like this community thing to where like you would basically like socialize on that, and there was like a Dead Island event where you would like kill zombies and stuff like that. Um, that might be what it is. I just knew it was in a shopping mall.
Dead Rising?
Um,
Like,
I think so.
it's one of them. Because I remember it was in a mall, and then you start off with like a wrench or something like that.
Yeah, and then I know he was like a photographer, and I think his signature weapon was like a baseball bat.
Yeah, I might have played it on PS3 as well. That was like 10 years ago.
I only know that game because of Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh. Hmm. Oh, I love Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 4, not the original ones, because I really hate tank controls. But more of like Resident Evil 4. Let's say 4 through 8.
I think there was only one Resident Evil game I ever saw. I think it was like Biohazard or something. I just remember like it was the
Yeah.
first time I saw Resident Evil, and I could not watch it because I just remembered there was like a cop, and the cop went into the house to like go check on what was going, and then like the murderer just like sliced his head in like in half or something.
Huh.
It was just so brutal, and I was like, okay, this is a bit much for me.
Is that a movie?
It was one of the games.
Oh. Huh.
It was either Resident Evil like 7. It was like one of the I don't know if it's like more recent now. It was probably like a couple years ago. It was either like 7 or it was like Biohazard or something like that. I
Okay,
just remember
so
there was a cop that just got like brutally murdered.
a cop that's been brutally. Okay, so in Resident Evil 7, right?
Hmm.
You play as Ethan. And that game, even though it's kind of scary, um, you as the main character, you get your your um your like your left hand or something like that amputated or sawn off. I mean, because Mia, your wife, turned into a ghoul or a zombie, and um, she barges in and later on yeah, it's a little bit later on, at the beginning of the game, once you find the downstairs basement, with a few jump scares. But yeah, that is where she pulls out a saw, and while your hand gets stuck on the wall with a nail, she saws it off as you dodge her sawing you off. So you lose
Hmm.
your arm or something. Yeah, it's either your hand or yeah, you lose your hand because it gets sawn off, and then the next cutscene is you end up uh, getting your hand restitched at Jack's house. So Jack is your next assailant. But I don't want to disclose any more information if you haven't seen the whole thing yet.
I think the only Resident Evil like game or thing, anything that like or anything Resident Evil that I could actually watch, it was like the super old one. It was like I think it's like one of the most famous ones. I think it's like the one his name's like Leon or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, Leon Kennedy.
Like 3 or something. That's the only one I could watch because like it's so old, so the graphics aren't like are super low quality, and so it's not as scary to me.
So I love blood and gore in games. I just hate seeing real blood. That's why I can't become a medic or anything that deals in a medical field. I
I'm kind of the opposite. Like, I guess I could see it in person. Like, as long I just can't see like I can't see like people like getting like chopped up or like exploding or things like that. Blood, like I think guts is more like what like blood I can handle. I think it's just really just guts.
I remembered
Or
watching something on TV because I remember like my my cousin came over right to visit and stayed
mm,
for us with uh, for 11 months, and because she was going into the nursing program as well, she was studying nursing.
So when I went to the living room, she was watching some gory show. No, it's actually based on her. Because I think she went to Clover Park Technical College or something like that in the medical field. So yeah, she was going to college there at the time to fulfill her degree, and something she had to watch, so she watched it there in her living room. I was like, because I remember seeing one scene where this patient, right, it, it involved two people, so it was the guy and his girlfriend on the motorcycle, so they were following a truck, right, and that truck was carrying tree barks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently one got loose, and so all the tree barks went flying like a bullet on the road, and so that went through their chests. I was like, ugh. But yet they survived.
Oh my
Ow.
god.
Oh. So
I can
that.
kind of remember that, like in high school, I think it was 11th or 12th grade. I had health class, and one of the things we had to watch, like we all watched stuff like the McDonald's Supersize
Oh
documentary and
yeah,
stuff like
super
that.
size
But
me.
one thing was just so terrifying. We had to watch this documentary on like Siamese twins, and then we had to like watch them get like surgically separated.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's painful.
I think that was the worst thing I ever had to watch in school.
I think I've got. Yeah, I get so weak just watching, just just looking at real blood like gushing out or
That's
whatever.
that's
Like,
why I couldn't watch Squid Game. I don't like watching people get
Squid
shot either.
Game. Now, if it's movie based, sure, but if it's real life, oh, I just can't. I might puke or just faint.
Oh my god, I remember like growing up, people thought it was funny to send around that fucking that terrorist video of like that woman getting her head cut off, and people would send it around as like a prank. I'm so glad I never had to see that.
Oh. Oh. Oh man. Oh.
God, people were just like, I don't know. People thought the weirdest stuff was funny back then. Like, I don't get how you would get joy out of sending someone a video like that.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Like, I know when I was like younger, like honestly, like I thought like sending people like the stupid little scary maze game. Like I thought that was funny sending people to that, and they get like scared and stuff like that. But like that's not gonna like scar anyone for like seeing a jump scare. Seeing someone get decapitated like a real life thing,
Oh yeah.
that's gonna mess somebody up.
Yeah, no. No. No thanks. Oh. Oh. I don't know. uh yeah, and then there was one episode. No, one episode. Ooh. I just couldn't even bear. Um I think it's one from one of her shows too. Like one got her or his, like legs detached or got caught, and then bleh. And I can't remember if it was on like a National Geographic show. Eeh.
Oh, I don't even like seeing like the gross stuff happening to animals. I definitely don't want to see it happen to humans. Like I wouldn't even want to watch like a tiger eating like a gazelle or something like that. Just saying like the eating the guts and blood and stuff like that. I wouldn't want to watch that. So I wouldn't want to see a human being's blood and guts.
Yeah, that's not me.
I can't even watch it like if it's fake. I can't even watch it in a movie. Like,
If
I
it's
almost
fake,
accidentally
though.
watched that new Justice League movie, the Zack Snyder one, and then I looked up I stopped and I looked at a review of it because I saw it was rated. Like whenever I watch a rated R movie, I always make sure it's not gory. And so I looked up like the little IMDb of it and saw it was so gory, and I was just so happy I didn't end up watching it. So much stuff. I don't know what happened, but everything has to have gore in it, and I just cannot bear watching it.
If it's animated blood, though, it's bearable. Yeah, like here in any like Call of Duty or right.
If it's someone getting like shot or stabbed, just like make a small little bullet or just like bleeding out, I can watch it. But like some shows just go over the top, like having people's like bodies exploding, guts flying everywhere. I just can't.
And I just find
Like
it.
South Park. Like I hated watching Kenny die. Like I love that show, but watching Kenny die, I hated it.
How about what's that one gory show? Not
Oh,
South Park, but
Black Mirror. I also did not like that.
that sounds familiar. But there's like one Archie show. Was it Archie? You know, on Adult Swim.
I think the only Archie like show I know is Riverdale.
Oh no, then it's the Boondocks, something like that.
Oh, yeah. There's only one part I really didn't like about that show, and it was like the skin cleaner after he died or whatever, and like those two other like old people come to avenge him, and they're fighting like the black samurai guy, and like she has a little weapon and like slices off his head. I did not like that.
Ah. Oh, and what was that one show? With the shake and fries.
Oh, I remember. I don't remember what that was called, but yeah, I had no problem watching that. And then there was the neighbor who was like super old, fat, white guy, and he had like super hairy.
What was it? What was his name?
And
Meat
it's like
Wad.
the meatball.
Yeah, Meat Wad and something.
Yeah. And then there was like Meat Wad who was like the idiot, and then there was like Shake who was also like an idiot, but like
but
was just like
the smarter
a
guy.
little stupid. Yeah, and then the Fry was the genius.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that one was pretty weirdly funny.
Oh, another thing I can't watch.
Futurama.
Rick and Morty, because that's too gory.
Tim and really?
Yeah, I cannot watch. I can't stand seeing things explode.
Wow. Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty. It's like watching things explode is like the worst because it's both like that jump scare of like something happening suddenly that scares you, and it's still also that gore, like you're seeing the blood and guts. So it's like the worst of both worlds.
Oh wow. Okay, what was that one? Family Guy? Not really.
Family Guy just has like, I mean, some random stuff that's just like kind of gross, but it's just more like people's like eyeballs popping out or something like that.
Yeah. How about
Simpsons doesn't really have anything, but those are all like PG-13 or like PG-14 shows, so they're not really bad.
how about Futurama?
I don't think I remember anything bad happening with
Yeah, and then suddenly they discontinued it. I don't remember what the reason was.
Futurama. The one part of Futurama I always remember is the part with like the Amazons and how like they killed all the men by having sex with them because the women were so huge, and they called it Snoo Snoo.
That's funny. I remember the one in the jungle. The jungle. And
Oh yeah, I also there was like the suicide box too.
oh
Yeah,
man.
I didn't. There was like I think Bender was trying to kill himself, and so there was like a suicide box that he was trying to use, and I think that's an actual real thing in like Sweden or something. So it's supposed to give like if you're getting close to death or something like that, it's supposed to give you like a painless death or something. And then it's like a legal suicide box or something.
Interesting. Like the kiss of death. Remember that Jet Li movie?
I don't think I've seen that. I haven't seen like the super old stuff. I think I could touch the karate movie. The oldest thing I've seen is like the Karate Kid.
And then yeah, and then or have you seen Romeo Must Die?
Sounds familiar, but I don't think so.
That Jet Li movie that took place in California, in the Bay Area, San Francisco, with Aaliyah.
I've definitely heard that name, like Romeo Must Die, but I don't think I actually saw it.
Mm. Yeah, I have it here on DVD. Pretty good. I like it. Good movie. I think it's like one of the best Jet Li movies I've ever seen. Especially, have you seen Jackie Chan's Foreigner?
I think I only ever seen one Jackie Chan movie, and it was like a super recent one. It was like that kids movie, Spy Next Door.
Oh.
I think that's the only Jackie Chan movie I've seen. I don't even think I've seen Rush Hour.
Oh, at least you know it.
I mean, everybody knows that. I just never seen it.
Pretty good with Chris Tucker.
Yeah, I think the only thing I've seen with Chris Tucker in it is like the Friday movies.
Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan though. Pretty funny. I actually enjoyed it. I've seen 1, 2, and 3, but I don't know what happened to the fourth one because apparently, according to Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker is on vacation forever, or until he gets spent out. So that's why
I
we
think
haven't.
that's what happened when they were supposed to make another Friday movie, but Chris Tucker didn't like come back or something like that, so they just ended up not doing it.
Yes, that's why, because he thinks he's all rich and all that, so he's living the life right now. But once he becomes poor again, he'll make more movies. Wow, Chris. Who's gonna replace you now? Is it that short Kevin Hart guy?
Oh.
Because I don't think he fits Chris Tucker's personality a bit, even though he's a comedian. But it's just,
I feel like
I don't
they
know.
have two different niches. So
Yeah.
I feel like Chris Tucker's is like being that like that lanky, skinny, kind of like like silly person, and then Kevin Hart's is more like always like the idea of him being short.
Right. But would he be a good replacement? I don't know. Probably not. But then Jackie Chan is already old. I don't think there'll be a number 4 anymore.
Oh, one comedian I totally forgot about until I saw like some news. It was about like the Will Smith Oscar thing. It was Wanda Sykes. I totally forgot she existed.
Will Smith. Oh, Will. Like, I thought you knew better.
That's crazy. How that one like event like changed his life basically. Like it's gonna get him divorced. Nobody wants to hire him. He got banned from the academy. It's
Yep.
crazy.
For like the next 10 years, I heard.
Yeah.
Dang.
He
It'll
did
be-
all that for a woman who doesn't even love him.
I think that's just stupid.
Mhm.
Oh,
So I'm pretty sure she cheated on him like multiple times, openly.
oh well.
Like they had some kind of like weird relationship, like some like polygamy relationship where they were like obviously married and publicly together and stuff like that, but they were like open to the idea of like being with other people. So like there was like a big thing with like Jada was like with Tupac or something like that when she was already married, and so it was kind of like you're married to someone who was like literally just sleeping with other men in front of you.
Yeah. And it's so funny that most of these Hollywood stars really don't know anything outside their boxes. So they all know how to act. Remember that Alec Baldwin incident in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I kind of think that Alex should have known better. Like, and even though it's not his fault, at least double check, right?
There's one thing I always remember. It was the David Hasselhoff thing. It was like forever ago when he got like drunk and he had like the hamburger. I never heard of David Hasselhoff before, and I only knew of him because he was in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, like the original one. And then I looked him up, and then I saw that little him drunk with the hamburger.
Duh. David Hasselhoff. Have you ever seen like YouTube poops?
Oh yeah.
Like, here's one really funny one, and it's called Dr. Phil.
Oh, I remember I used to watch Dr. Phil all the time with my mom, and then like whenever there was like a bad kid on the show, she would always like compare me to that.
Dr. Phil's not even a doctor.
I know.
He got
And-
his
but
he got his job
He
because
created
of
Bad
Oprah.
Baby.
Yeah, he got his job as a doctor because of Oprah. That's the only reason. Doctor. He's just a Hollywood icon.
There was also I don't know if it was on Dr. Phil, but there was the it was like actually like it came out later that it was all fake. Like the mom was having the daughter do all that just to become famous and get like a free trip to Hollywood. Like her older sister exposed them for what they were doing. But it was like the black girl who was like self-hating, treasure or whatever, and like she would talk about how she had like KKK on speed dial and everything like that, and see all these racist things. And then her sister came out and was like, our mom made her do that so they could get like a free trip to LA, and like the CBS was trying to kick her out of the home and stuff like that.
Oh wow. Huh.
parents are crazy. Like there are so many parents who like abuse their kids for fame. Like Lil Tay, her brother, how she made a like how he made her little his little sister do all that stuff just to become popular.
Wow. It's amazing what we see on TV.
And also, never forget the Timmy Thick experiment, the Harvard experiment that, that kind of like blew up the internet.
Oh. Oh my.
Just some random college experiment by some college kid fooled like so many people into falling in love with like this social media personality that wasn't even real.
Those, mm, like those anime body pillows.
Hmm.
I've seen that a lot before.
I've never actually met someone who had an anime body pillow.
I've seen those guys before, and at the time I was shopping at at Westfield Mall, the thing we're going to tomorrow. I mean today. And I've seen a lot of people like shop at that Japanese store that import goods. Like,
Hmm.
oh, yeah, nice pillow. Oh yeah, I could see it. Mhm.
I've always wanted like a giant pillow, but probably more like a stuffed animal, not like a body pillow type of thing.
That's going overboard now. Uh, yeah, I like Dragon Ball, and I have a Dragon Ball lanyard here, and then my Dragon Ball wall poster there. But I'm not like a die-hard.
Yeah, I don't think there's a character I like enough to get a body pillow of them.